Well, welcome to the Uncensored Match Build Up show. Liverpool taking on Manchester United in the big house in Michigan, Ann Arbor. 100,000 plus people will probably be there. I'm gutted I'm not going to see this stadium. You don't think so? Because Man United won't sell out.
Well, you're playing a small team. You've got to get used to lower crowds with teams like that.
But there's loads of Liverpool fans in America. We could fill it.
True.
We could do the same as what we did against Dortmund and have 10 fans so they're one. I imagine that's probably what will happen with Manchester United, to be fair. But I am joined by Adam Haynes, by John Reid, and of course by Ross Chanley for this one. Paul over there, he will experience the big house. I am absolutely gutted that I'm not going to see where Michigan play ball. But I digress. What's going on at Manchester United, Adam?
I think it's called Jose Mourinho, and it's just really, really, really boring. That's pretty much the best I can really add for it. It's just Mourinho, and he's boring, so he's boring football. Oh, and obviously blames everyone else for everything. I'd hate to be in his house, if something breaks, it's it's got to be the kids' fault, and he just would blame everyone for anything other than himself.
Leaking fucking stuff to the press about his kids breaking his remote control and stuff. I mean, mind games going on all the time.
He lives in the Lowry, doesn't he?
Does he still live there?
I think so, I'm pretty sure he does.
When's he going to buy himself a house? Does he just hate
maybe his wife fucking hates him. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe she doesn't want him there. I don't know.
So, no, genuinely, John, on the field, listen, I think we all know that Manchester United aren't the most exciting side to watch, but you can't argue with the results. They finished above us in the league last season, to be fair to them. They're looking like they're gonna try and land Harry Maguire before the season starts. Looks like Martial might be on his way out. Are we just going to see more boring football, but they get results again, or are we going to see an improvement with Sanchez getting into the side?
I don't know. Is the honest answer. I think it's hard. It's so hard to judge them. And I know people who work with and who have got friends who are United fans, and
why?
I never just people who are not, mate. It's too sins. But I never know where to stand with them because
miles away.
But they're such a bland, boring team to watch. But then you look at the players they've actually got playing for them. How the fuck is Sanchez only got 2 goals in the second half last season or whatever it was? But he just, if on the one hand you could say, I suppose, he's building a good spine and he's got a good squad of players there. But when you actually see them on the pitch there, it just doesn't seem to work. And all the noises, like Adam was saying, all the noises coming out of the camp so far don't seem to be the best. You know what I mean? That he's not happy with what's gone on and the players they're going after and stuff, and they still haven't really got. I know they've signed Fred and the other lad whose name we can't remember, but
not Grant, the other one, the Portuguese right back, who's never going to start.
Exactly. So it's just, I don't know. There doesn't seem to be any kind of. You can see, if you look at Liverpool, it's there's a clear line of progression of where we've gone from when Klopp's joined to where we are now. And I just don't see that with United. It's just a solid flat line, and they don't seem to be getting any better.
But I think if you were to look at the league table, that would disagree with you there, though, because they have improved. They go and get second place, and from the year before they weren't even in the Champions League where they spot. So there is something that Mourinho is doing something to get those results, Ross. The interesting thing that I saw today, and I think Si mentioned to us just before we went live, Mourinho's been talking about Liverpool. Standard, fair enough. We've just been talking about Mourinho, Manchester United. These are the quotes. I think if you have the money, if you invest well, it's better than to have it in the bank because the interest rates are very low. That's quite funny for Mourinho, to be fair. He's obviously talking about Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool.
A good comment on Brexit as well, to be fair.
The problem is you have to invest well, and honestly, I think they did very well because every player they bought are quality players, and I'm happy for them. I don't think he probably is happy for them. I'm also happy to smile and to see that, you can change your opinion and change as a person. It's funny, but that's okay. Here we go. We're getting to Mourinho-isms here, aren't we? But maybe this season, finally, you demand that they win. You, I think, have to be fair, and now you have to demand and say the team with investments you are making last season, that you made in January, that you make now, that will probably be the record of the Premier League this season, a team that was a finalist in the Champions League. You have to say you're a big candidate and you have to win. So Mourinho is trying mind games in pre-season with Liverpool Football Club, Ross. That's a good thing for us, surely. It means we're under his skin already and he knows that we're challengers.
Yeah, I don't think that's just a dig at Klopp, though. I think that's a dig at our press. I think it's a dig at the people that are above him, who I think he's saying that aren't backing him or aren't doing the business that he wants. I think he came out earlier in the week and said, I'm not happy about a lot of things, and I think he's referring to transfers and stuff, and he said basically, give me a list, and he's still sat there waiting for
You've got to be a good boy to get all you want at Christmas.
Yeah, I know. But the fact that we're under his skin, yeah, he knows we're a challenge, but he's comparing them to us, and like I said up top of going, we're being backed. You know, like you said, the progression of line that we're going through, and you can see we're on the up and we're moving forward. That's what I think it's difficult to watch Man United sometimes, because over the years we all know they've been like one of our biggest rivals and probably still are like the fiercest rivals that we have. If it's a way to watch them just play football the way that they do, and not only that, if you look at the camaraderie between our team now, even in pre-season, they're laughing and joking and blah blah blah. Everything that you hear going on at Manchester United now is just negative. Of going, this person wants to leave, Pogba wants to leave, Martial wants to leave, Luke Shaw's not happy, Ashley Young's not happy, they haven't bought anyone. It's like, you're not a mess, but what's going on? That's not what Manchester United I grew up knowing was about. That's why it's so difficult to fathom what's going on with him. But he's part of the problem, because he just makes up negative stuff, which is all a distraction from what is not happening.
And obviously as well, it's framed slightly because obviously the player does, so it's like they're going to ask about Liverpool and stuff, but with what Ross is saying there as well, it's weird that he's talking about us rather than talking about closing the gap to City. You know what I mean? It's like, you've got to wonder why he's looking over his shoulder at us, as opposed to looking up at them and saying we could be making ground upon them here, because, you know, Liverpool are going to take points off them here, Spurs will take points, you know, so that gap will be shorter for us. But he's all of a sudden he's worried about what we're doing, as opposed to, and he's not, like I say, he's been asked about Liverpool or what's going on there clearly, but he's not mentioned Chelsea and that, he's not mentioned Spurs and that, he's not mentioned all the other teams who should be in the mix for that type of thing, which I think is interesting, that he's looking at our business and thinking, you know what I mean?
Well, to be fair, and to be fair to Mourinho there, he does say he thinks they're all good signings, and, you know, he knows what he's doing. The fella's a serial winner, whether you think he's doing a good job at Manchester United or not. He's won trophies there. It's something that Jurgen Klopp hasn't done at Liverpool yet, with all the money and the time that he's been here so far. But getting on to the game then, Adam, are we going to see more of the first team in the first half, do you think? Are we going to see another 60 minutes from Jurgen Klopp's side, and maybe more like what we'll see first day of the season against West Ham?
You would think that there'd be more first teamers playing longer into the game, because obviously they're the people you're going to be building the fitness up for, and especially for some of them coming back from the World Cup, they're further behind in their fitness development for the season. But I also think that you do have to play it as it's Liverpool v United. I know it is only pre-season. It's not going to be like, you know, the be-all and end-all if we win or if we lose, but you've got to get people used to the fact that we're going to play United, we're going to play City, we're going to play Chelsea, we're going to play, you know, Arsenal, if you want to put them into that bracket. You're going to have big games. Treat it like a big game for some of the younger players who will eventually come into the squad. Get them kind of that mentality, being used to a pressure game. There's obviously going to be a lot more people going to watch that game than there was the City game. That one didn't really look like it had that many, with the fact that City had so many people missing of their kind of stars. United have got more of them back. Get them used to kind of dealing with that pressure and dealing with that situation.
I think it'll be better for Liverpool as well, because, John, I think Manchester United in their last game, obviously they played Grant in goal, Eric Bailly's playing Smalling's playing Darmian's playing Shaw's playing Herrera, McTominay, Sanchez, Mata, they've all played. It's actually another step up for us again, and that's something that Klopp likes to do throughout his pre-season. We came up against Manchester City's kids with a couple of star players. There are genuine first team players in Manchester United's side who played the other night. Now realise they've just had 3 games in 6 days, so that's you know, not only another couple of days until the Liverpool game. It could change out, but it looks like Mourinho is building the fitness of his first teamers, and that can only be a good thing for us.
Yeah, definitely. You know, everyone you just named there is, you know, is if not a starting player for them, is, you know, one of the first subs, aren't they? You know, they're going to be in and around that first team throughout the season, and, you know, it's. I think it's important to have a different challenge for them as well in pre-season, as well as the fitness. In that, you know, we're trying to build up the fitness for the season, but also trying to get them used to playing in a certain way and to kind of pick that momentum up we had at the end of last season. So, you know, you know, on we've just doing the final way for the City game, we were talking about Joe Gomez, putting him up, you know, with Sanchez up front. That's good experience for him at centre half, if he's going to be playing at centre half going forward. You know, some of the other lads who they're going to start, you know, it'd be good experience for them. It'd be good, I think, in a weird way, if he does play Grant and goal, because I think that'll be interesting for, you know, an experienced keeper for some of the lads who are playing up front, some of the younger ones who they're going to go up against, you know, someone who's been there and done it. So it can only be good. I think for them to build that level of experience up for the season, where each other's going to play in what roles in the team.
And Ross, for Liverpool, I mean, we're going to get on to our preferred 11s a little bit later on, and we'll maybe talk through this in a little bit more depth and detail then. Is it time we saw Sturridge with the other 2 stars up top?
I think he deserves a chance. I think that's something that we all took from the Man City game. Of he didn't get a fair crack at the whip in the sense he never had Keita behind him in the first place, but we've seen how dangerous he can be in his qualities and stuff. It was nice to see him to have that support behind him, and we've seen the quality of Mane and Salah hooking up like on the same wavelength of just going, "Oh, I want to go find you straight away." I think there's something in that of he can have a role within that team. I think ultimately, if we're going to get the best out of him this season, he needs to practice doing that. There's no better time to do it in a pre-season game.
Okay. All right. Just a little plug, because we've been doing this for ages now. We very, very nearly sold out for Redmen TV Live in Dublin, day before the Napoli game, Murray's Bar. The link is in the description below, but for you, it's bit.ly/RMTVdub. You can get there, it goes to see tickets, that link, and you can buy your tickets to join us as we get bevied and do a live show in Dublin. It promises to be absolutely belter. Okay, on to preferred 11s. Have you all got our boards? I'm going to start with this couch over here first and foremost. I'm going to start with Jon, actually. Talk me through your team, Jon, and tell me why you've picked maybe a couple of the relationships out there. Like, I can see Van Dijk and Gomez, for example. Talk me through it.
I just think, like you were saying, like obviously building up towards the season. I think this is the first of the games that we're going to play where we need to start picking what's going to be something like the team that's going to play first game of the season. And I just think the games I've seen of us play so far and some of the relationships, like you say, that there's people there who need games. So I'd like to see Gomez start with Van Dijk. I think like that's something.
Flip them though, yeah. Van Dijk could be the left centre after, yeah.
But we need to know whether it's going to be him and Clavin or him and Gomez starting first game of the season. And I think Robertson would pick himself, but I think there's a question mark maybe over Klein, whether he's going to start or whether they're going to maybe move Gomez back there if you like and do something a bit different there. I think going off what you were saying before, like I'd really want to see what happens when we play that front three with Sturridge in the middle, and then maybe with Keita behind them as well, linking up with them, or what the dynamic is there, whether he's supporting them, who drops deep, who goes out wide, just trying to work out what we're going to do there really. And I think Lallana as well, there's a big question mark over where he's going to fit in going forward. So whether
we discussed that actually at length, didn't we, before I come on to Ross's team. We discussed that at length on the redmentv.com, the final word show for Manchester City, where we talked about, like, does Lallana fit in with a 4-3-3, or do we have to change to a 4-2-3-1? So Ross, let's have a little look at your side then, mate. You've gone for Kelleher in goal as well, as Jon?
Yeah, only because... Well, I'll be a hypocrite. I've said the past 2-3 games of the whole take Carrius out of the line, might give him a break and stuff. So, just going along with that, I think Keller probably deserves another go. I think Carrius deserves a break at the same time. So why not just chuck him in pre-season? And the other thing is as well, if say Alisson's injured, Carrius is next in line, but then he's going to be on the bench, so it's probably going to be him. So he deserves some more first team experience, in my opinion.
Why have you gone for Jones in the middle, Ross?
Just because I think the amount of games that he's played deeper in some of the games that I've seen. I think these two need to start. I did have storage in there. I meant to have storage there. You know what? I had storage there. I took it off because I realised we've got Shaqiri as well.
I was like, forgot all about Shaqiri.
And I was like, fuck, I want to put Shaqiri in, but I don't want to take Mane out. I was like, can Mane play? My idea was to put Mane deeper and kind of Shaqiri off the wing, but coming in with Salah, going around the back of him. Was my theory.
What's wrong with the pen I gave you? I'm going to put it on your lap, like. It's not got the manjad.
Shaq. Going with Shaq. Shaq in the middle.
Carey up top on his Todd. Big man up top.
I was going to put Sturridge in there, because the thing we said about Sturridge, go mixing in with...
But you didn't. You put Shaq up there. That's why I'm asking you about it.
No. Give me the pen.
Here's what I prepared earlier.
Right, Sturridge.
Why didn't you put Shaqiri up front, Ross?
I really want to see Shaqiri play, but you're at the risk of dropping one M3, and you can see with Salah Mane.
There's no way, that's his Sturridge, by the way.
I was rushed.
So you put an 8 in instead of an I?
Yeah, it's a mix between Sturridge and Shaqiri. That's a Q. Either one of them two, half and half. Yeah, Sturridge with Shaqiri's legs. That's what I want to see.
That's a great mental image. Is anyone else picturing that running down the wing?
Well, at least not going to break in half, are they? At least they're going to be able to fucking run. Jones.
But if he scores, will he do the dancing and do the point at the end?
Yeah. Jones deserves some more game time, I think. I think his confidence on and off the pitch has been a pleasant surprise for me, to be honest. All the people you think Fabinho, Keita, I want to see some more of him. I want to see some more of him with the support of Fabinho and Keita, same with Sturridge and all them. I think he deserves a chance to have a pop.
I think you've done brilliantly to pull that back. I had no clue what you were talking
saved
about,
that quite
didn't he?
well, yeah.
He was brilliant there.
Yeah.
Fair play to you. Not Karius.
Yeah, anyone but Loris Karius. I don't need a pen. I picked 11 players. Klein, Gomez, VVD, and obviously the GOAT in Andy Robertson. I've gone with a different midfield then.
Okay.
Going with a 4.
I can't see. I can only see it.
Go with Diamond. So Fabinho, obviously at the bottom end of it. Gini and Naby. And seeing as Sturridge is apparently going to be playing a different role, play him at the top of a diamond. He can also go into being a striker if you want to try and play over front 3.
That's what I meant to do.
Fucking pen drop. Just tilting up to the camera, mate.
And then Salah and Mane up top. Basically just go with 4-3-3 if you really wanted to, but you can go into... It's just going to be interesting to see what Sturridge does this year, because from looking at that game, he hasn't really got the pace to be the old Daniel Sturridge going through the middle, but he's still got the passing range and the creativity that he could do something a little bit further back with runners maybe, but...
Okay, I've picked Karius again. I've picked him every single time. I think if he is going to be our number 2 and Jurgen Klopp's decided he's our number 2, then he needs to have more minutes with that back 4 for me. I know everybody will disagree with me again, but that's just the way that I think. I'm not going to change my mind on that. I've picked the same back 4, I think, as most of the lads. I've actually put Wijnaldum in now. I didn't, and I changed it halfway through the show because he needs minutes. So I've actually put Wijnaldum in just for that reason alone. James Milner again, whatever. And then I've picked the front 3 that everybody's picked in a roundabout way, Adam. But I've picked him as the number 9. I want to see what he can play like when you've got Salah and Mane linking up in the way that they did against Manchester City. I think it'll be really exciting to see what Daniel Sturridge we're going to get this season. I'd like a glimpse of that in this game if at all possible and stuff. So, yeah, that's our preferred 11s. Thank you very much for watching the Uncensored Match Build Up show. We don't do score predictions in pre-season, but Adam, if I did ask you, what would you say?
2-1 Liverpool.
I like that. Okay. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the Redmen TV on YouTube if you haven't already. And leave us your thoughts in the comment section below.